I saw something on the freeway yesterday that I don't think I've seen in my entire life. I didn't know it was legal. Certainly after I saw it, I started to think, how is that legal? I didn't know it was something that was commonly practiced. I live in America. I live in California, Southern California, like pretty built up first world place. I saw something that felt very third world, felt very like, ah, fuck it. I guess let's do it. I can't believe that this is legal. What I'm talking about, folks, woke up at 6 a.m. the other day, all right? Mark Wahlberg wakes up at 3 a.m. Dwayne The Rock wakes up at 4. Mark Wahlberg would have stopped 9/11 if he was there. Dwayne The Rock can eat like 17 pancakes lathered in peanut butter and syrup. The least I can do is wake up at 6 a.m., take a little drive, and try to think of something funny on the way there. I'm driving down the freeway the other day, right? The 405. For those of you that don't know, that don't live in California, probably the most, if not one of the most busy highways or freeways in the country. It's like 8 lanes. Everybody's going fast. Mind you, it's 6 in the morning. Everybody's going fast and nobody is awake. It is not a safe place, really, for anybody to be. For me to be, for you to be, any car out there, the 405, they should put a sign above every entrance that it's like, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. I've seen accidents. I've seen accidents at high speed. I've seen accidents when nobody's even touching the gas. I've seen people upset. I've seen people happy. I've seen dead traffic. I've also seen dead traffic. The 405 is a little bit of a hopeless place, right? 6 a.m., you haven't had your coffee. People are zooming by, getting to work, getting to the gym, getting to a meeting, wherever the fuck everybody in Southern California has to go. And I'm sitting there minding my own business, and I think it's going to be a long, long time. I like to go with the easy listening in the morning, right? It's tough. Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares. I'll do it. I used to do it quite frequently when I played high school football. I don't know. That could be why we went 1-8 my senior year, but I can do it. 6 a.m. early on, I'm still rubbing the crud out of my eyes. It's a little bit of a harder listen for me, so I opt for the Elton John, and I think it's gonna be a long, long Rocket Man. I'm singing my little heart out. I'm letting Elton take me away into a magical place where me making a 6 a.m. drive to the gym, not a big deal, and then to work doesn't exist. I'm letting Elton take me to a place where, and I think it's gonna be a long, it's about 10 a.m. I woke up maybe 45 minutes ago. I'm sitting down at a diner where I'm gonna not only order a scramble, but I'm also gonna order pancakes, and I'll probably get 1 to 2 iced coffees and maybe rehash what happened in the sports world the night before. That's where Elton's taking me. I'm in bliss in the Nick Bradley mobile, right? We're having a time. And I look out my window to the left, and I see a large yellow tube-shaped structure just zooming down the 405 at 6 a.m. Now, I had to double take. What is that? There's not a SpaceX thing around here. I don't know why Elon would color the rockets yellow. And now that I'm getting a better look, that looks awfully like a school bus. But surely it can't be, because it's 6 a.m., we're on the 405, and those things don't have seatbelts. Lo and behold, I do a little bit more investigation, and by that I mean I rub my eyes a little bit more and start to squint, look a little bit closer. It is a school bus on maybe the busiest freeway in America, fucking cooking in the left lane at 6 a.m. I couldn't see if there were kids on it or not, but anytime I see a school bus, I'm going to just assume that there are children on it. That's the fucking entire thing that they exist for. 6 a.m. feels a little bit early, but if there weren't kids, why the hell is that school bus out? Did he break away? Is he running away from the school bus compound? Is this a little bit of a Toy Story? That school bus is tired of spending its nights in that fucking fenced-in, dusty lot waiting for 7 a.m. to come around to go pick up a bunch of screaming 12-year-olds. Did he say, fuck this? I've seen what they do down at the junkyard. I wouldn't hate being sold for parts. At least it would solve this hell you call life. Fuck you. Maybe that's what the school bus is. I don't know. Maybe it's a Toy Story of school bus type situation. Maybe the school bus driver has a warrant out for his arrest. He can't go within 100 yards of a school zone. Therefore, it's going to be very difficult for him to do his job driving that school bus. So maybe the bus driver goes, fuck it. I'm going to take one of these things. We're going to hop on the 405. Nobody's going to question a school driver. What are the police going to do on the 405? What's Highway Patrol going to do? Why are you going so fast? Kids were late for school. All right, how about you want an escort? Why are you on the freeway? Kids were late for school. Can't take PCH. Boom. There was infinity reasons. Who's going to pull over a school bus in the first place? That's like pulling over an Uber. It's like, dude, come on. He's got the Uber sign. This guy could hit a couple pedestrians on the side. He's got the Uber sticker in the windshield. What are you pulling him over for? Maybe the school bus driver, something happened. He can't go near a school zone. He took a school bus because it's all he had to his name, and he booked it. He made for Phoenix. He made for Vegas. He's going to sell the school bus for parts. He's been studying blackjacks for the last 2.5 years, and he's going to test his luck at the tables. Maybe that's why the school bus was on the 405. Whatever the case was, I couldn't help but think, what in God's name is a school bus doing on an extremely crowded freeway at 6 in the morning? Extremely crowded, extremely fast, 8 lanes, a million cars, 6 a.m., nobody awake, hardly paying attention. And we're going to put a massive, top-heavy, topsy-turvy school bus that doesn't have any seatbelts and is filled with like 40 to 50 children. We're going to throw that thing in the left lane. I couldn't believe my eyes. What is a school bus doing? Is that illegal? Honest to God, is it legal for school buses to take the freeway? Because it shouldn't be. Do you remember going like 22 miles an hour and you take the turn by your best friend's house in the neighborhood and you know, oh shit, the divot's coming up, the divot's coming up. And everybody in their school bus seat starts doing this and you roll over that thing going 20 and your head nearly hits the ceiling. You nearly get a compound fracture in your spine because hit the divot, hit the divot. There was a school bus going 60 miles an hour at least on a freeway at 6 a.m. Those things don't have seatbelts unless they gutted the entire interior and replaced it with the Falcon X Elon Musk spaceship's interior, and these kids are strapped in. You can't even move your neck. It's one of those school buses, one of which I've never seen before. I've never even heard to exist. Unless that was the case, who the hell is the superintendent of the Orange County School District, and how did you permit that school bus to go on the 405? You're asking for 40 of your students to come out the other side to show up to school the next day in wheelchairs because their vertebrae are just gone. Their vertebrae are dust because they hit one pothole jumping going 45 and they flew through the rooftop and ended splattered across 6 lanes on the freeway. And I hate to be morbid about it, but that's what you're asking for. They don't have seatbelts. I think back to my days on the school bus now. Sit down in the back. Nobody fucking said, oh, yeah. People are standing up. We're on one knee. I'm reaching over 4 seats trying to get a gusher from my buddy. You're flirting with the girl pulling on her pigtail. Nobody's sitting there going, hey, guys, we're going 60 miles an hour right now. We should all sit down. You should all kind of get low to the ground, very low center of gravity. Maybe put your backpack on your lap to kind of weigh you down. And let's get this through this thing safe. And then we can horseplay once we get to school. Nobody's thinking that. You're in the 5th grade. You're in the 6th grade. Everybody's like, dude, you want to wrestle in the fucking aisleway? This is the part of the expressway that's notorious for the accidents. That'd be kind of fun. A school bus on the 405? Whose idea? How is that legal? There's a lot of shit people like to talk about politics. Gas prices, the groceries, foreign affairs. We have the future of this country flying 65, bouncing up and down like a bunch of jumping beans on the most crowded freeway in the country. And we're going to talk about gas prices. I couldn't believe my eyes. I literally thought I was hallucinating. I was like, I gotta just be too tired. There's no chance. And I've never seen that in my life. 25 years old, I've never once in my life seen a school bus on a fucking freeway, on a road that can go 60 miles an hour. Now, the obvious answer is there were no kids on that school bus, but that's not the fun answer. The answer that makes this video is there were 70 kids that should thank their lucky stars they made it to school that day because their on-the-run bus driver hijacked a school bus who was in the movie Toy Story and had to get to Las Vegas after he dropped the kids off at school. How is there a school bus on a freeway?